We start day 8 or week 2 of our 33 days to morning glory. And we move away from St. Louis de Montfort to someone who followed St. Louis, which was St Maximilian Kolbe. And he had this vision where Mama Mary appeared to him and presented this white crown and this red crown. And that was for him to kind of then understand that he was going to lead into martyrdom. The question starts off with, who are you, Maximilian Kolbe? And he asks the question, who is Immaculate Conception? I think it's great for us to ask the question, who are we? This came about from him going to Mary, trying to understand, what am I to become? After his parents asked him, his mom yelled at him, what's going to become of you? And that's a great exercise for us to ask, what is to become of us? A lot of times we think, what does that mean here on earth? Sometimes we might think, what does that mean beyond? But I think if we can start thinking about it more, what is to become of us? Ask that question. Bring that question to Mary. I know I've been asking that question a lot of God, of Mary, of myself. What is to become of me? I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that, the whole identity change. I have to find my new identity. And something that I did discover this week is that I could mourn and experience joy. And I knew the paradox existed, and I wrote about this yesterday. But does that help us find our identity? Is that what helps us get beyond the worldly aspects of what we think has to happen emotionally, mentally? It's hard to say, but it's worth asking the question over and over again and then placing that on the cross. So as we move into week 2, as we move further into where we are with our grief, but more importantly, the transformation of our grief, where does that actually take us? It's just such an interesting place for us to be right now, and I think there's so much for us to pray and ponder on. So let's do that. Ask the question. I'd love to see in the comments, the video, the webpage, Facebook. I want to ask you the question: who are you? Where are you going with your life, with your spiritual life? If you got an answer, that's great. If it's not an answer yet, that's great as well. But let's ask ourselves that and see if we're able to actually place that in words and know what we're actually doing and what our goal is. Take care. God bless.